Welcome back to the Disney Magical Mindset Podcast. This is your weekly dose of encouragement, a little pixie dust, and the reminder that you've got what it takes to live your own happily ever after. Yup, that's right. My name is Ruben, and I am your Disney Magic mentor. Today's episode is going to feel like a big, warm Olaf hug. Sometimes we all need someone to say, hey, you're doing better than you think. You're doing awesome. I'm so proud of you. So guess what? That's exactly what I want to give you today. So are you ready? Because here we go. Let me just say this right off the bat. You're doing better than you think you are. You are. If no one has told you lately, I'm telling you, you are doing great. You're doing awesome. I believe in your happily ever after story. Seriously, I know it doesn't always feel that way. Maybe you feel behind. Here we are getting ready to close out the year pretty soon, and you're looking at the year and you're like, man, where did it go? And maybe you're feeling like, what did I do? And did I accomplish what I set out to do? Maybe you're waiting for the big win or the breakthrough moment. But the truth is, your story is unfolding right now in ways that you don't always see. And that's often the hard part when you're in the adventure or you're in the story, right? You're in the moment. Sometimes it's so hard to see what's coming, or when you're going through it and it's really just hurting right now. Sometimes it's so hard to see what's coming, or that there can be anything greater or better than where I'm currently at right now. And I'm here to tell you it will happen. It is a moment in your life. Where you are at right now, you will not always be. And I want to just encourage you today and just remind you that you are amazing. You should be proud of how far you've already come. And if I were to sit down with you and we were to have coffee, we were to walk through Disneyland or Walt Disney World, and you were to share your story of where you were at the beginning of the year and where you are now, I promise you, I will find something in your story that will remind you of just how far you've come. I want you to believe this today, because I know what you may be feeling, because I've been there before. It is so easy to get caught up in those negative villain voices that try to throw at you the things that you haven't done, or stuff that you haven't accomplished yet, or the places where you have failed. And it is so easy to get consumed with that negative, toxic thinking that it washes out everything else that you have done amazing with. And this is what we call critics math. Have you had this before? I'm pretty sure you have. You know what I'm talking about when I share this with you in a moment. When someone tells you something, let's say you went through your day and you got 10 positive affirmations. I mean, people on the job at Disneyland, Disney World, I mean, folks were just affirming you and encouraging you. And it's just like, wow, it feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to be reinforced and to feel that positive talk and that positive mindset and that encouragement coming your way. But you also know what it's like to have that one person, whether that's somebody who tells you something negative about you, or you read something on your social feed, or maybe it's your own self that is telling you something negative. And it just takes that one negative thought, that one negative voice to kind of wipe out all the positive thoughts and affirmations that came your way. That's what we call critics math. It's crazy, right? That you can have 10 positive things that someone says about you, and all it takes is one person to wipe that out. And I'm here to tell you today, this is where we have to reverse that. And we have to do away with this kind of critics math and stop allowing those negative voices or the villain in our mind to replace and remove all the great things that are happening in life. all the wonderful things that people have told you and have said to you today. And what I'm telling you today, that I'm proud of you, that you're doing great and you're doing awesome. You have to keep reinforcing those positive hero voices, because remember this, loud doesn't always equal large, and volume doesn't equal velocity. So just because you hear, sometimes it's just because, this is so good. Just because the voices, the negative voices can appear louder at times, it doesn't mean that they're in charge. It doesn't mean that it's the largest voices. In fact, it is often the few voices that seem to be louder. It's like those few negative voices that seem to take over the room, but it's not true. And today you need to hear this about yourself. I want you to know today that you have come a long way, that you are not where you were when you started the year. You're not where you are 2 years ago, 5 years ago, last month. You are making progress. I need you to believe this about yourself today, because this is what gets you moving in the direction of creating your happily ever after. This makes me think about every Disney story we love. Isn't it interesting that the hero doesn't usually see themselves as the hero in the middle of the journey? Yeah, in the middle where it's rough and difficult and it feels like there's no way out of the mess that the hero is in. Which, by the way, is why I continue to remind you that you are the hero of your story. Because when you believe this, it starts to shape the way you live your life and move towards the goal and dreams that are heavy in your heart. But you first have to believe that you're the hero, not the villain, not the victim, the hero of your story. But let's go back to the movies that we love, because in the moment, I know, I'm pretty sure they don't feel like the hero. I mean, just think about asking Cinderella in the middle of her journey when she's scrubbing floors and talking to mice before she becomes a princess. Do you think she feels like the hero of her story? Or what about Hercules? Hercules, he didn't know his strength yet. I mean, he was trying to go the distance. He's on his way, but in the middle of this story, he probably doesn't feel like a hero quite yet. How about Moana? She's standing on the shore. She's looking out, getting ready to go and wonder if she's even brave enough to follow the call. Or Simba, how when he's young, isn't that amazing? He sings this song that we love. He can't wait to be king. But then when the moment comes, he's like, I'm not ready. He's running away because he doesn't feel like the hero of his story. And this is where it has to change. It's amazing how these people that we love, these Disney characters that we admire, that inspire us, in the moment, they don't realize, or they don't have the strength yet to know that what they need to go where they're going is already in them. But we, you and me, as we're watching these movies, right? The audience, guess what? We know. We almost want to scream it out loud, and we want to say it in the theater or when we're watching the movie. You're the hero. We want to just tell them, Hercules, don't you know you're the hero of the story? Moana, you're the hero. We want to remind them of this truth about themselves. And I'm here to tell you that's how I feel about you right now. I see it. Even though you may not see it in yourself today, I'm that. Just think of that person, your pal. Like, I'm in the theater, I'm watching your story, your movie, and I'm like wanting to scream at the top of my lungs, you're the hero. You got this. You're doing better than you think. Keep going, right? Don't stop now, because the end of the story is so much better than where you are right now, even though it doesn't feel like it. Yes, it's part of your journey. Yes, this stuff in the middle can be messy sometimes, but it's part of the journey that gets you going, that keeps you moving. It's what makes the end so much more beautiful. What you've gone through, what you've experienced, what you've accomplished, the ups, the downs, the falls, the failures, the difficulties that make the end so much sweeter. Woohoo! Ooh, you got me pumped up. Believing in your story, in your happily ever after, and encouraging you today. letting you know I'm proud of you, that you're doing awesome, is just giving me life today. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we need this, don't we? And yes, I know you've heard me say this before. You've got to be your own biggest cheerleader. It's true. No one is going to believe in your dream or in you, in yourself, more than you. Nobody can do that for you. But here's what's powerful. Here's why this is important. And we can't miss this. That doesn't mean it isn't powerful to hear it from someone else too. Yeah. It's wonderful to have people in your life that affirm you. It's one of the reasons why I love my Disney community. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me by creating my Disney account. Yes, I'm grateful for the opportunities that have come, and I'm so grateful to be able to share and use this platform to encourage. But I can tell you that one of the biggest blessings, like the biggest joys, has been meeting some of the best people in the world who have been my encouragement and my support and have affirmed me along the way. So let me be that voice today in your ear. And if you're listening to this, I want to thank you for giving me that opportunity. I don't take it lightly. I listen, there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of voices that you can listen to. So the fact that you are spending time out of your very important day to hear what I'm about to say and to spend time with me weekly, I'm so grateful. Thank you so very, very much for allowing me to be one of those positive, magical voices in your life. And I want you to hear this today from me. I'm proud of you. I'm cheering you on. And I know you're capable of more than you realize. And I will keep telling you that and be here to encourage you with this, because I want you to believe this with all your heart. One day at a time. That's how every happily ever after is built, isn't it? Not in giant leaps, but in daily steps. And I know sometimes it feels like that because all we typically see from others is the final product, but we don't see, right? We just see the castle. As you're walking down Main Street, we see the beautiful castle, but we don't see everything that it took to build that castle. In fact, Walt Disney himself said the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. That's all you have to do today. That's all you have to do every day. Just keep showing up. Keep taking the next step. Just don't give up, even if it feels small, even if it feels ordinary. I know sometimes we want the grandeur, we want the fireworks, but you're moving forward. And forward is where the magic happens. Forward is by taking the next step forward. But even if it's a small one, every day, just doing what it takes to get to the next day and to take that next step and to quit talking and to begin doing. That's the magic right there. You know, when you go to Disneyland and you're in a Disney park, wherever you are around the world, you're visiting different lands, but you can't be in Fantasyland and Adventureland at the same time. You can't be in Tomorrowland or you can't be in Frontierland. It doesn't work that way. You embrace the land you're in, right? And when you've had your moment in Fantasyland and then you feel that nudge, it's like, all right, now it's time to go to Adventureland. But you can't do that simultaneously. You just take one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. That's what I'm talking about, friends. That's the magic. And then when it's time to go to the next land to visit, you'll get there. You'll get there by taking those small steps every day until it's time to meet up in New Orleans Square. And prepare to sing, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. My dear friends, I know it's not always easy. Yeah, some of your stories You have some stuff that you've experienced that you're going through right now. There are days where you feel like you're just standing still or maybe even going backward. But that's not the truth. Just like seasons change, growth happens quietly, quietly. Fall leaves, they drop, even though I don't get to see so many where I'm living here in Southern California. But I remember my time living in Michigan and seeing the beauty of the fall foliage, the colors, the leaves. But you know, when they drop and those branches look empty, and guess what happens? It happens all the time. Never fails. Spring always returns. I know we're in fall season if you're listening to this right now when this episode drops, and we're going to be going into the winter season, but at some point, the spring comes, doesn't it? It always returns. It always returns. And I want you to know that about your life today, wherever you are today. It's not the end of your story. Your spring returns because the magic is in you. The magic is in you. You're living the magic because you are the magic. You're in a season of becoming, which is sometimes it's the hardest, but trust it. That process, keep going, be encouraged. Don't give up. I'll be here to root you on. And then guess what? Then we'll walk right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Yeah, let's keep going. Come on, let's do this together. You are amazing. I'm proud of you. You got this. So here's your reminder today as we wrap up. You're doing better than you think you are. I promise you. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're growing. You're learning and you're becoming. And I am proud of you. Please, please don't give up. Your story is still unfolding and it's going to be a beautiful one, a happily ever after that I can't wait to read one day very soon. My dear friends, if this episode encouraged you, please, please share it with a friend who might need the same reminder today. And as always, let's keep that magical mindset alive every single day. Until next time, remember, I want you to remember this. Your happily ever after isn't just a dream. It's being written right now because you are the hero of the story. And as always, you have to remember you are the magic because the magic is in